am a God who is faithful to covenant. So you just stay the course with your marriage, with your children, and watch me be God. Mm-hmm. I am hearing, Deidre, the same with you. I am pleased with you, daughter, and I know your kid's heart. Watch me. The heart of a king is in my hand. I turn it where I please. So watch me turn the hearts of your daughters back to you. Watch me turn the heart of your son-in-law to you, that they will be more vigilant and diligent at obeying and respecting the word that come out of your mouth, says the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel. Know this to be for certain, that this year you will see a drastic change and difference in your children, even in breed. I am the God of the impossibility, for there is nothing impossible with me, and there is nothing too hard for me, says the Lord of hosts. I heard your prayer also regarding your mother, your father, your sisters, your brothers. And as Felicia said, what about your nephews and nieces? I've already attached them to them. So watch me perform a miracle. Watch me bring your family closer in me, that they will know too that I am the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel. They have been shrugging their shoulders and shaking their heads at you because of the predicament you've been in for the last 6 years. But know that I am about to bless you in their sight. You see, I am preparing a table before you in the presence of your enemy, while I've anointed your head with oil, your cup runneth over, and goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life, as I show them who I am in you, says the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel. Newford is, not Newford will be, but Newford is. I have prospered it. I have prospered her, and she will bud and flourish and do my will, says the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel.
Amen. Praise God.
Ooh, there's burning in my spirit. There's a burning. God able shoko. He's ready to bring it forth. He's ready to birth it forth. There's a burning in my womb. He's ready to bring it forth. He's ready to birth it forth. Prepare yourselves, says the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel. I am ready to do it. I am ready, says the Lord of hosts. Mm-hmm. Anything?
I'm ready to.
Nothing.
I mean, what needs to be said after all that we have said? You know, I just know my mindset has changed, evolved, and grown tremendously. Mm-hmm. There was once upon a time, Felicia, and you know this better than anybody else, this kind of stuff I didn't believe in. Mm-hmm. If I can't produce it with my own hands and my abilities and my intellect, what is this God? Mm-hmm. There was once upon a time I didn't even think God can speak to man. Yeah. And so the first time to even hear his voice blew. I thought I was losing my mind. I won't have to go back and rehash that story. I literally thought I was losing my mind. And today, to gone to a place where you knew there was something else out there, but okay, whatever, this is what you get in this life and you just live it to your best ability, to the place where I cannot function, cannot live, do not want to move, do not want to think, do not want to decide without hearing his voice clearly. Life is empty without him.
And that's what he wants. He wants us to be totally dependent on him and as he instructs us. Because then he can trust us with the big things. In the small things, we'll be obedient in the big things. Like I told Shay, how in the world you think God is going to give you something major when you can't even be obedient in the small stuff? It ain't going to happen.
And I'm done with that. I said it goes back to what God had for her in Newford. Mm-hmm. Because you and I both know he was trying to groom Shay to become the financial director for Newford the finance director for Newford at some point. Mm-hmm. And so he would put things in my heart to give her to do project-wise that had to do with accounting stuff. Mm-hmm. And Shay would drag her feet, not complete some, do some half-heartedly, and when she come back with it, I could tell she really didn't dig and really put in the effort and what have you. To finally, God came back to me and say, almost 2 years later, she got too many distractions. I'm moving on. That door has closed for her. If you hire for her for Newford, she can only do entry-level position. To move to the top person in the finance department, because you're not doing what God is asking you to do, to if God allows us to hire you, you're only going to be at the entry level. You see the difference in that salary gap right there in the benefits?
That's just, God says many people that have come and gone, they're going to come back, but they won't be in the position God first had for them. They won't be, you know.
And she went to school and got an accounting degree. God was setting her up. Before I knew he was setting her up. And still to this day, can't really find a position. But now looking back, I realized why God would not give her a position, because she would have taken another position with another company, and Newford opens up, then she ain't going to want to move. You see what I'm saying? So God was blocking it, but he was allowing her to learn the things she needed to learn through Newford, but she took it half-heartedly because it didn't come, as Felicia said, as it was packaged the way she thought it should be packaged, and couldn't see God in it. And then when Newford pops off, then you'd be like, oh my God.
That's why a lot of them.
Well, Newford's popped off until it gets to a point where people can see it in the natural. It's like, well, I don't know about that.
That's a lot of
Because I see a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah.
But that's what a lot of people gonna say. They're gonna be like, oh, they're gonna be, oh my God. It's so close.
God, I'm not gonna mention the name, but God gave me a dream about a particular popular pastor, not in this region, and I was sitting in my office in Newford,